Hello, and thank you very much for joining us today. Today we're speaking with Olivier Blauenstein, CEO of Pentol, to explore how their innovations are supporting the region's power producers in their energy transition journey. Olivier, perhaps before we start, maybe you could just give a little bit of introduction to yourself and, of course, to Pentol.
Okay, hi, good morning. My name is Olivier Blauenstein. I am the CEO of Pentol in Germany. We are a company working for 56 years now in the power industry, optimizing combustion, reducing emission, and trying to get the best out of a boiler, of a gas turbine, diesel engine, cement plant, whatever. Wherever you have a fire, we will bring a solution to reduce your emission.
I mentioned there your innovations and the way you're supporting power producers. I'd like to start with a question around the challenges that you're seeing your customers face. What are some of the key challenges facing power producers in Southeast Asia specifically, perhaps, when it comes to emissions reduction and fuel efficiency? And how does Pentol help address these issues?
Yeah. In my opinion, you have two points to consider. One is the extremely rapid growth of energy demand, or the growth of population also in the Asian area, and the other one is the dependence on fossil fuels. So if you want to make this power generation more green, you have, of course, a strategy for the new plants that should be built, and you have a strategy for whatever is already existing. And what we do is we help to increase the efficiency on the existing plants. And of course, we can also apply that on newer plants like waste incinerators, where we have the products for.
Okay. And obviously there is increasing pressure on the power sector as a whole to decarbonize. How do you contribute to cleaner and more efficient energy production?
And we produce catalysts, or we introduce catalysts into the combustion. And with these, we are neutralizing deposits and corrosion in the furnaces, in the boilers, gas turbines, diesel engines, and so forth. And the result of this, let's say, of this action is that we increase the heat transfer in the combustion zone. So you will use the energy produced to actually generate steam and not waste it through the chimney. And with a higher efficiency in this process, of course, you will burn less fuel, you will generate less CO2 to create the same electricity.
Just keeping on that sustainability goals and efficiency piece, is there any other insights you can share into how these technologies are supporting those goals towards sustainability, cost efficiency, particularly where in Southeast Asia, where fossil fuels still play such a major role?
Well, our company slogan is increase efficiency and reduce emission at the same time. So if, as I said before, with the more efficient combustion process, we save money and reduce the emission in the same time. And the process we apply is we analyze the combustion process. So it's a combination of engineering works and then applying catalysts, additives to solve the issues we have found during the analysis.
Okay. Given the shift towards renewables and lower carbon solutions, where do you see the role of fuel additives and combustion optimization evolving in the coming years?
If you have an infinite amount of money available to produce your power stations, then you can shift to renewables immediately. Should this, let's say, this financial resources not be infinite, and you still want to use the old plants that are already existing, I think it's a good start to make these more green, or to start with them with your initial base. So, for example, if I can reduce 2% of CO2 on an existing plant without a huge investment, that is a really great start to show in your CO2 balance, and that's very, very interesting. I remember that we exhibited during the World Exhibition in Milan 2015, and we were asked by the state of Kuwait, because at that time we got a huge contract to equip all the power plants of Kuwait with our technology. And they showed this to the world on their booth. It was quite special because everybody was around you there, showing the colors and the food of the country.
Yeah.
But Kuwait decided they wanted to show our technology as like their experience to improve the situation with emission, the reduction of CO2 in their country.
Mhm. That's great. And so obviously in a part of the world such as Southeast Asia, where the forecast for fossil fuels, frankly, it looks as though it's a lot longer than perhaps in Europe and other parts of the world, and there's a real opportunity there for Pentol perhaps. My last question is, what innovations or developments in your field do you see having the biggest impact on the ASEAN or perhaps the broader power sector in the near future?
Personally, I am a huge fan of waste incinerators.
Hmm.
We have a lot of experience with these here in Europe because this technology evolved in the last, let's say, 30, 40 years. But still, there is a huge opportunity to build this kind of waste incinerators in Asia, in the United States, in South America, basically all over the world. So the energy source, that we have is basically free. We produce it every day, and we solve a huge environmental problem when we turn this, let's say, this mass of waste into energy. And this is interesting not only from a perspective of CO2, but it's also an environmental advantage in the beginning, because you reduce these mountains of waste that we see sometimes on television or wherever we go. That are not really a beauty to see. So we can use the energy stored there. We can turn it into the electricity, and in the process of doing that, again, we have, of course, the products that help to burn these nicer, quicker, more efficient, and reducing corrosion at the same time.
If I can just ask a follow-up there, Olivier, what are some of the challenges that countries or perhaps its municipal governments face in buying into this waste to energy idea?
It's it requires some energy to change from one system to another.
Okay.
If you have been working for years and centuries just throwing away the waste in a river, for example, you have to start changing the people to collect the waste, to bring it somewhere, and then to build the structures to create energy out of it. So I think it's the government really needs to put this into the heads of the people.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is a long process, so it's quite intense in my opinion.
But a huge amount of opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Olivier, thank you so very much for taking a few minutes to speak with us this afternoon, or indeed this morning. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to welcome you to Enlit Asia in 2025 Bangkok.
Thank you very much. See you there.
Thank you.